Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Reyga Akbar Pramadana as a presenter at the conference The Fourth Ecosme. Here, I will be briefly present about the research I did with the title Partial Hypothesis Testing on Mixed Non-Parametric Regression of Spline Truncated and Fourier Series. This online my presentation. First, introduction. Second, the comprehensive theoretical basis. Third, methods. And fourth, result and discussion. Introduction. Regression analysis in estimating the regression curve, there are three approaches, namely the approach of parametric regression, non-parametric regression, and semi-parametric regression. In non-parametric regression, let data find the estimated shape of the regression curve without being influenced by the subjectivity of the researchers. Sustainable development that has been agreed upon by members of the United Nations. The implicit focus of this declaration is to improve human welfare in various aspects. One aspect of human well-being is population poverty. The percentage of poverty people in West Java province increased by 6.82,000 people, previously 4.19 million people in September 2020 to 4.20 million people in March 2021. Hypothesis testing is a method for estimating population parameter by testing the truth of a statement. There is still no research that examines the percentage of poverty people in West Java province using two types of non-parametric estimation methods. Second, the comprehensive theoretical basis. Non-parametric regression. If the pattern of the relationship between the response variable and the predictor is unknown, a non-parametric regression approach can be used. The equation is equation 1. Spline truncated non-parametric regression are polynomial pitches that have segmented and continuous properties. In the spline, there are knot points, which are joint points that show change in data behavior pattern. This equation in equation 2. Fourier series non-parametric regression. In non-parametric regression, in generally used when the data pattern investigated is unknown and there is a tendency for the pattern to repeat. The equation in equation 3. Next, generalized cross-validation. One of the most commonly used methods for selecting optimal knot points and oscillation parameters is generalized cross-validation. The model is given in equation 4. Third method. The data used in this study is secondary data, namely data for 20 and 21 obtained from the Badan Pusat Statistik of West Java Province. The observation unit used in the study were 27 regencies or cities consisting of 18 regencies and 9 cities in West Java Province. Fourth, result and discussion. Partial hypothesis testing aims to see whether each parameter of the predictor variable has a significant effect on the response variable. The hypothesis used is null hypothesis is as follows, and alternative hypothesis is as follows. A vector Gj transpose is a vector that has zero element except for the j element with a value of 1. A vector Gj transpose is as follows. The hypothesis form Gj transpose beta of is more general hypothesis than widely used form of the hypothesis. Define the parameter set below grid omega is as follows. Establishing the likelihood function under the population is as follows. Then look for the first derivative is partial derivative of the parameter under the population and then equalize it to 0 are obtained. Beta grid omega hat and sigma grid omega hat. Define the parameter set below small omega is as follows. Establishing the likelihood function under the population is as follows. Then look for the first derivative or partial derivative of the parameter under the population and then equalize it to 0 are obtained. Beta small omega hat and sigma small omega hat. Then make the likelihood ratio to get test statistic and distribution of test statistic. In equation 7 is likelihood ratio. Based on equation 7, the test statistic for null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis with t distribution. Application of the model, it is assumed the pattern of the relationship between the percentage of poverty people and open unemployment rate and GRDP growth rate follow a Fourier series pattern. The relationship between the percentage of poverty people and literacy rate and average length of schooling follow a spline truncated pattern. In red line is as follows Fourier series pattern. In blue line is as follows a spline truncated pattern. Furthermore, the selection of optimum knots and oscillation point is carried out by comparing the KGV value of all possible models. The best model is obtained when using a 3 knots and 3 oscillation parameter, with the smallest KGV value is 1.69, with a R square 96.52%. From 17 parameters, there are 13 parameters that are significant and 4 parameters that are not significant. Based on the figure, it can be seen that the prediction graph is close to the actual graph, which means that the open unemployment rate, literacy rate, GRDP growth rate, and average length of schooling are able to explain the response variable. The percentage of poverty people is 96.52%. This conclusion 1, partial hypothesis testing on mixed non-parametric regression of spline truncated and Fourier series with hypothesis, null hypothesis, and alternative hypothesis is N star is the test statistic. In addition, it was also obtained that N star is T distribution. Conclusion second, from the calculation, the mixed non-parametric regression model of the spline truncated and Fourier series with 3 knots and 3 oscillation has R square 96 and 0.252%, which means that the open unemployment rate, literacy rate, KRDP growth rate, and average length of schooling are able to explain the response variable. The percentage of poverty people is 96.52%. The coefficient of determination is high enough so that the model form is feasible to use. This is a station in I use. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.